librarian censor books. That's like a prohibitionist being a bartender. My first experience of censorship was with a librarian. When I was a kid, the town I grew up in had a library that had two sections, a children's section and an adult section. The children's cards were pink, the adults' cards were blue. This gave me a certain amount of gender confusion. But after I read all the books in the children's section, I went to the adult section, where I discovered John O'Hara. And I took the books to the librarian, and I remember that the adult section desk was taller than me. So I put them up, and the librarian leaned down and said, these are, and my mother had given me her card so I could take books out of the adult section. And she said, these are for your mother, right, dear? And I said, no, they're for me. She said, these are adult books. I said, well, she gave me her card to use. She said, I don't think your mother would want you to read these books, do you? And that was my first time I ever heard that there were books you shouldn't read.
Wow.
This information was given to me by a librarian. So I said, I thought she meant I wasn't a good enough reader. So I said, I am really a good reader. And I can read these books. Would you like me to show you something? I was used to giving demonstrations of my great reading ability. And she said, we'll just call your mother and see. So she called my mother. My mother said yes, and after that my mother could hardly walk in that town. She had a scarlet letter on her because she let her daughter read John O'Hara at the age of 10.